Hey, it's Linda. Welcome to the Daily Dose, where we talk about the energy that's moving through all of us right now and we make it useful for real life. No fancy language, just plain talk and real life. In our last chat, we looked at what the She Tells the Story energy looks like in everyday life. And today, we meet its fullest expression, the best version of this She Tells the Story energy, the captivating narrator. So let's get started. A quick note before we dive in. This one touches on suicide and suicidal loss. If that's a hard topic for you right now, take care of yourself first. This episode will be here whenever you're ready for it. So the captivating narrator has stopped collecting stories and has started knowing which ones belong to her to tell. When this energy is in its best version, your storytelling becomes something that changes people, as opposed to a story they enjoy hearing. They are changed by it. The story you tell in a meeting, the offhand example you drop into a conversation, the way you recount something from your own life at exactly the right moment. Those things create the kind of recognition that shifts how someone sees themselves. That's not entertainment. That's transformation through story. At this level, the I believe voice we've been talking about carries real weight. You've earned the right to that belief through what you've lived, through the stories you've gathered and told and refined, through letting your own life become the material for what you share. People don't just hear your stories, they feel the belief underneath them. And that feeling is what opens them up to something new. Your inner saint here, your best self, has also made peace with the fact that stories are never perfectly objective. They're filtered through whatever mattered to you, shaped by what you learned. That's what makes a story human. And human is what makes it land. Some of my most memorable moments as a professor are how my students responded to the stories I shared. My life has been profoundly influenced by death by suicide. Many family members died in that way. I've had challenging times myself in which I was suicidal. My son has lost some of his closest friends to death by suicide. All of this has changed us as a family. When I felt the pull to share a bit of this story with my students, I did so carefully in an effort to help whoever needed to hear the messages. I still hear from students about how sharing my story affected them. And when I question whether or not to talk about it, I remember this. In my first 10 years of teaching, students did a paper form of an evaluation of their professors. They also had an opportunity to handwrite feedback. Reading the comments was always interesting. The comments ranged from, I love her, she's the best professor I've ever had, to this woman can't teach, she's the worst. Happily, there were more good than bad. We received the written feedback about a month or so after the semester ends. I was reading through a stack of comments and one of them just stopped me. Chills running through my body, tears running down my face. In the center of the page, there was a lovely note thanking me for how I taught and what I did for my students. In the lower left corner of the page, in tiny, teeny tiny writing, the student had written this: "Thank you for sharing the story of your son's friends and your family. If you hadn't done that, I wouldn't still be here." I learned to trust that the nudges give me the signal about the timing of the stories I tell, because telling the story can make a difference for someone. You were given a voice that says, I believe. Use it for the things that you truly believe from the depth of what you've lived, and watch what happens in the rooms you walk into. In our next chat, we wrap up our time with the She Tells the Story energy. I wouldn't miss it. I sure hope you don't. Thank you so much for being here. As always, find your happy. Love what you do. Go out and make a difference. And come on back to me safely. See ya.